Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Homework Assignment 3 guide. If you don't know, you can find it if you go to your e-learning dashboard. You go to Software Engineering and Technologies, scroll all the way to the bottom, and you have Homework Assignment number 3. Yeah. So this is the guide. If you go to this link, GitHub, you'll have to log in. Mm. Huh? Okay. Would have been embarrassing if I forgot my own password on stream. So you have to use two-factor authentication. It's a new rule. So it will lead you to this, and you click this link, and it will lead you to your homework assignment repository. This is the first repository that you will be using. And the second repository will be Homework Utils 2025, and the third repository will be Homework Project GFX Utils. These three repositories will be used in your project. Now, before we start the project, there are some things that you need to have installed, which is, well, I'm hoping to God I don't get some diabolical AliExpress ad, so I'll have to edit the video. Okay, prerequisites, you will need IntelliJ IDEA. The community edition is fine. And the next thing you will need is Git. You have to install it. I'll show you in a bit. Another thing that I recommend, so like you'll have to download your private repository. For that, you will have to use some kind of personal access token. What I recommend is use GitHub Desktop, and you can just push changes easily using that. So highly recommended. Is GitHub Desktop. And another thing that you will need is scene builder. So IntelliJ IDEA, I'm assuming you already have it. Git, all you have to do is go here, Git, first link, macOS, Windows, Linux, Unix. Just follow the guide. It will also install Git Bash. Make sure you choose the open in Git Bash, I think, option when installing it. But it's just next, next, next. So that's Git. GitHub Desktop. You Google GitHub Desktop, download GitHub Desktop, download it for Windows or Mac or whatever you use. Oh yeah, by the way, Mac people have Git Bash pre-installed, but you're using Mac, so you need a win at that point. So Git, you have all the prerequisites. Scene Builder, you go to Google and you search Scene Builder. The first one, it's by Gluon. You click it and you download it. I think even I need to download it. Windows installer for me, Mac for the rich people. Download will start. Just flexing my internet speed. We pay like 8K a month to Vodafone for this. So of course it's fast. By the way, if you're considering Vodafone, don't go for Vodafone. They can't say the word. So you install it, just next, next, simple, finish. So now you go to your downloads. Then actually I'm done installing it, so I don't need to do anything. But once you're done installing it, you can check if it was successful by going scene builder, and it is. So you're done. All right, so now you have the prerequisites installed. Now we will start with cloning the repositories. So these repositories have a peculiar dependency on each other. Like this is something you might not have dealt with in the past. In the past, you just put the dependency in the pom.xml file and Maven will download it from the cloud. But here you need to do something called a local dependency. So you will clone these files locally and execute Maven install in them so that your homework project repository can access them from your local storage. So a lot of complex words, but don't worry. Basically, all of these two, like your homework project will depend on these two, and these two will be on your hard disk. They won't be online. And these three repositories, you will clone them in a folder. Let's just say we have the downloads folder. This is the downloads folder. And inside the downloads folder, you clone your uh, main homework, like you create a main homework folder just to keep everything organized. And then inside the homework folder, you will clone all three repositories. So you have the homework repository, uh, you have the homework repository, you have there's the JavaFX utils, and then you have the 2025 utils, 2025 utils, and then JFX utils. So just something to note right now is that 2025 utils depends on JFX utils, and homework depends on both of them. So when installing, you install GFX utils for no, yeah, sorry, GFX utils depends on 2025 utils, and homework depends on both of them. So when installing, you have to install utils 2025 first, then GFX utils. So let's start cloning. So the first thing we do, we go here, we take the code, copy the URL of the repository. We go to downloads. So I'll create a folder in my downloads called SWE. Mm, I'll just put my name. And here I open it in terminal. Now I won't git bash, so I'll just have git bash from here. By the way, if you're on Mac, you just have to go to this directory. If you're on you're using anything, you just have to go to this directory. So let me see which directory I'm in. Right now I'm in users. I should be in downloads. So I'll just change it manually. But basically you need to be in the directory that you created. So here, I'm in the directory. Now that you're in the directory, clone the first repository. So git clone. So it's gonna ask me to sign in. That's why I recommend GitHub, GitHub Desktop. It, uh, what do you say? It lets you skip the whole annoying process of signing in. You can do it with token. I just choose with my browser, and I go to the browser where I logged in before, and it should be able to just log me in. Yep, as you can see, it logged me in. I don't know why this is still open. You can just close it. So I have this repository right here. Then I clone the second one, which is utils 2025. So I code HTTPS, copy this to clipboard, and keep in mind I'm in the directory. Like this main directory will have all three repositories here. Don't make the mistake of putting the repositories inside each other. So I have the code copied. I'm still in that repository. There you go. So utils 2025 has been cloned. Then GFX utils, same repository. Yeah, clone GFX utils. So now I have three folders. The homework assignment repository, the project utils repository, and the GFX utils repository. So now you have to run Maven install on all of them so that, hmm, how do I put this? So Maven has a repository called .m2 repository. When you run Maven install inside a repository, it makes that project available inside the M2 repository. But that's all for theory. I'm just gonna show you how to do the homework. So as you see here, GFX utils depends on 2025. So you should execute Maven install in 2025 first. So how do you do that? You go to homework project utils 2025 and you have to open this project in IntelliJ IDEA. So you can do it multiple ways. One way is like this. You click open folder as IntelliJ IDEA project. If you don't have that option available, you can right click copy as path, go to IntelliJ IDEA and open, and you just paste the path here. Oh yeah, there's quotation marks there. You can just do it like this, open this folder. I guess I'll do it like this, but I'm just saying there's a lot of ways. So 2025, you open it, just the project. So the project is all loaded up. It's downloading the plugin. Okay. So just one thing, you notice that this project does not depend on the other projects. That is why we are supposed to run the command on this. So Maven install, some people might make the mistake of going here and doing Maven install. This fails a lot of the time. This command, it gives errors and stuff when you're using it with this, what do you call it, shell. So how you're supposed to do it is you see this M symbol, Maven, you click it, you expand it, lifecycle, install. So one mistake is the JDK is not specified. I forgot to mention that you have to have a JDK. So remember JDK for all these projects that are in SWE, we have to use JDK 2024. So you can go here, software development kit. You can just download the JDK right from here. Open JDK 24. You cannot go lower than 2024 or there will be an error. So apply. It should download the JDK. See, installing Oracle Open JDK. I have a very fast Wi-Fi, so it should be done in a bit. Any questions so far? Midterm flashbacks. Oh yeah, people who did midterms, they'll remember this. So now you go install. These are just warnings, don't worry about them. Hmm, downloading. Build success. So that's all we need from this repository. We're done. Maven has added it to the M2 folder, so we're chilling. So now we go back. By the way, the reason these files can see each other, I think, is because of their group ID. I'm not sure yet because I haven't started studying Maven in detail, but it's here. Bro, trying not to mention Wi-Fi speeds for 10 seconds. Bro, you gotta flex it. My PC is kind of ass, but my speeds are good, so I gotta flex that. Anyway, this is it for this one. So after utils, it's a build success. Then you go GFX utils. This time I'll open it the other way I showed you. Here, open as IntelliJ IDEA project. Okay, so you go Maven again, expand, lifecycle, install. The last time I did it, it was a build failure because my JDK was version 21 instead of 24. So in case you get that error, just do what I did earlier. All right, so that's it for the building. So now we are done until here. Now it says all the following changes must happen in the clone of your GitHub Classroom repository. Following means under like, this and below. I think I can get some done before this meeting ends. So let's get it done. So now this is done, build success. Now we can open the clone here. I'll open it like I prefer this method, open as IntelliJ IDEA project. By the way, if it's not showing in your context menu, if you right click and it's not showing in the menu, that's because when you're installing IntelliJ IDEA, you have to choose that option. Now just setting this up. Okay, so what do we do here? Now below this, besides the JavaFX part, it's mostly just easy stuff. So let me start. First thing to do is add the following dependencies to your pom.xml file in the clone. So keep in mind all the following changes must happen in the clone of your GitHub Classroom repository, which means the main homework assignment repository. So we have it, we have the pom.xml. Let me just put them side by side actually. Add the following dependencies. So the first dependency is the homework project, the 2025 utils, and you go to dependencies. I'll just add it towards the bottom here. Paste the first one. Then you have the second one, paste the second one, and add the following element at the end of your pom.xml file such that it should be the last child of the project element. What does this mean? You see, all of these elements are children of the project element, which is the root element. So what this means is all the way at the end, below build, we have to add this because the project element ends here. So the last child should be here right before it ends. Let me try reloading this. Hmm. I wonder why this is happening. Does anyone have any idea? Yeah, let me just run it through ChatGPT real quick, actually. Let me set up ChatGPT here to log into my ChatGPT account. Mhm. Okay, share the whole screen. Oh, that's why. There's a semicolon at the end of this. But why? Why is a semicolon there? Just to be sure, I think maybe the professor put it there as a typo. I'll email him after this. Yeah, Prakash, I saw it as well. There's probably a stray character. Yeah, okay, I'll remove the semicolon. Okay, now it works. And after that, we reload the project on the Maven panel here. Reload it. So it has been reloaded successfully. Commit the changes with the message, this message. So let me just open git bash here. So since it's already a repository, all of these files are tracked. I'll just do git commit am, and the message will be, I'll just post it, paste it. Here. AM means that you add the changes and commit them at the same time. Otherwise, you would have to do git add and then enter. Oh, hmm. We have to do this, by the way. So I'll do it off screen and then I'll press enter because I don't think it's worth spending time because the meeting is about to end. So just do this like you always have to. Just do git config global, that stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next meeting. I'll just do it, see if I can finish it before the meeting finishes, but probably not. So see you in 10 minutes. Just put your email here and your actual name here, and then try to commit again with the same command I typed earlier.